What's going on, guys? Jacob Capizzuto here, and I am back sporting the old high school gear because, yeah, I am that guy. Yes, I'm that guy in college who still hasn't moved away from his hometown, and that's not about to change. But aside from that, I'm here to tell you guys the best way to recover after your football practice. So I'll take these 5 things that I'm going to be focusing on in this video and be mindful of them, improve on them, because I know you guys can't be perfect because being a student athlete is very hard and very demanding. But if you guys take these 5 things and try to emphasize them a little bit more in your routine, you can definitely become a better player in it. So definitely hit the like button on this video and subscribe for more content like this if you want to become a better athlete and football player. And as I always say, let's get better today. So I know you guys have probably heard some of these things a million times, but I'm just going to re-emphasize them because maybe coming from a younger voice like mine, maybe it'll sink in a little bit more. But the first thing I'm going to tell you guys about is hydration. And during the course of a very long practice, because practices are usually 3 hours, and your early of the season practices are in August and September. And it's pretty hot during August and September in most states, and you lose a lot of fluids, you sweat a lot, and you burn off a lot of calories from running around and conditioning and all that stuff. So once practice is over, you gotta immediately think about refilling your body and replenishing your fluids. Your coaches might emphasize this, but try doing half Powerade / Gatorade, half water. That really helps you get that electrolytes from it, as well as just the straight hydration and rebuilding the water that you lost. But half Gatorade, half Powerade, half water, that would really help you hydrate quicker. And from my personal experience, I've felt that when I drink less water, I perform worse, and I believe it is proven. And especially when you're in full pads and in the heat, you're definitely more prone to heat stroke and other heat-related illnesses if you don't drink enough water. And guys, another key component to this is hydration is a habit. If you want to hydrate for your upcoming game on Friday, and today is Wednesday, you should have been drinking on Tuesday, because if you only hydrate a couple hours or the day before something, you're not going to feel the effects of that hydration until a couple days later. If you make hydration a habit and start drinking water every single day at a consistently high amount, then you're going to really feel the impact and you're really going to see an uptick in your performance. So again, guys, prepare yourselves well way before you practice or way before you compete in a game, and drink a ton of water, not all at once, but consistently throughout the day. The next aspect of a post-practice routine I'm going to talk to you guys about is stretching and recovery. Now, I bet most of your football programs in high school or in college offer the training room to be open and offer you to get some treatment post-practice, such as ice bags, ice baths, electronic stimulation sometimes for your muscles if your high school is that big. But if your coaches suggest that you go to the training room, definitely take advantage of it. If you are out there busting your butt at practice, banging hard, even if you're on the scout team, you're taking a lot of bumps. And if you want to make that jump from scout team to starting team, then go to the training room, make sure that you're healthy throughout the season, and you never know when you're going to jump into the action if you are healthy. It's always a next man up mentality, and that's how you're going to get noticed in high school if you are on the scout team right now. But depth chart aside, you really want to, whether you're the starting middle linebacker and you lead the league in tackles, or if you're the starting running back and you're getting 20 carries a game and getting banged up, you really want to go to the training room just so you can relieve those aches and pains before you go home, before you refuel yourself, and of course you're drinking water while you're in the training room as well, so you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And along with the training room, you don't even have to go to the training room if you just want to get your muscles stretched out. So if you get home, go and stretch real quick. Sit on the ground, take off your dirty clothes of course, but then sit on the ground, start static stretching, lengthening your muscles that have been microscopically torn with muscle adaptations during practice. Stretch those muscles, lengthen those muscles, and recover those muscles on your own. It's something that you can do. Because a lot of teams and programs don't prioritize stretching or a cool down after their practices or after their training sessions. And having an appropriate cool down after physical activity is necessary. You need to be able to cool yourself down as well as warm yourself up. So guys, definitely emphasize stretching and recovery in the training room after practices and after games. The third and perhaps most important aspect that I want you guys to focus on after your practice is your nutrition. Like I said, when you're going through a long 3-hour practice in the sun, in full pads, you are burning off a lot of fluids and a lot of nutrients that you fill yourself with throughout the day and throughout the week. So it's appropriate to refill yourself, and you're definitely going to be hungry after practice if you're a normal functioning human being. But take this example from my personal life. I lost 10 pounds during my junior year of football and varsity, and it was mostly muscle. And it wasn't because I ate less, it was because I ate the same amount as I did before the season. I was eating during the season the same eating cycle and eating schedule and eating habits that I had before the season, and that just didn't do well to maintain the muscle load that I had right then and there. Because during the season, it might require you to eat a little bit more to maintain the muscle because your activity level and intensity of the work that you're doing increases as practices and games go on throughout the 10 weeks, 14 weeks of the season. So as for what you should be eating after practice, I recommend a lot of protein, lean meats. I also recommend a scoop of peanut butter, a big scoop of peanut butter out of the jar. But a lot of protein, a lot of lean meats, and protein shakes. And speaking of protein shakes, I'm a brand ambassador for Phoenix Fit, and my favorite protein powder from them is their chocolate malt flavor, and it's 22 grams of protein, just over 100 calories for an 8-ounce protein shake. Very good for you and a very good source of protein if you're trying to build lean muscle mass. And there's a link in the description to Phoenix Fit's website, phoenixfit.com, and if you use the code CAB15, you will get 15% off your order. So definitely check that out. There are t-shirts there, there's protein powder and other supplements that will get you guys nice and ready for your season, as well as to help you maintain your body and your physique. The fourth things I'm going to ask you football players to emphasize post-practice is studying. And I know a lot of you guys are going to roll your eyes, but this is very important. And I know I sound like your head coach right now who holds you guys off if you have a D or an F. But listen to me, trust me. Speaking from a college guy who graduated high school, all you really need to do in high school is to do your work. You don't even have to do really good on the test. If you do your homework, you will pass high school. You will succeed in high school, honestly. And if you do your own homework, you'll probably do good on the test. It is a cycle. It all works together. Just do your stuff. I know it's hard. There's not enough hours in the day for a lot of you, because I know a lot of you guys want to have a social life too. But if you're really trying to make it in football, a lot of colleges won't bat an eye at you if you have a grade point average that is sitting at a 2 or something. But yeah, guys, just do what's assigned. Take the initiative, and when you have time, let's just say you get home early from a practice, take the initiative and get ahead. That way, when you have a Thursday night and you want to get some sleep before the big game on Friday, then you don't have to do any homework on Thursday because you're ahead in your classes. So take the initiative, get ahead in your stuff, and study so your grades can get up, so you guys can get noticed by more recruiters if you guys are top-level high school athletes as well. But definitely do your stuff and study. Last but certainly not least, sleep. And I know if you weren't rolling your eyes before, you probably are rolling your eyes again. Because once again, there's not enough hours in the day, you might say. But look, if you guys get 5 to 6 hours of sleep a night, you probably won't be able to operate. And I know you've probably heard stories of people like Kobe Bryant and The Rock being able to operate on 5 to 6 hours of sleep and be able to get up and go and attack the day, but that is just for the select few and probably the slightly crazy, because Kobe had a Mamba mentality that just had him so driven that it was like an almost obsession with greatness. And if you have to have an obsession with greatness if you can operate on 5 to 6 hours of sleep. But here's the thing. As your coaches will probably suggest, and as always all the other people suggest, you should probably get around 7 or 8 hours of sleep There's a study done by the current sports medicine reports that say an increased amount of sleep correlates with an increased success in athletic competition. So look, take the science for what it is and try your best to get as much sleep, just like I'm telling you guys to try your best to do better in all these different categories in this video. Because I know it's hard. I lived it. I was a student athlete for 4 years in high school, and it is hard to find the time in the day to do all this stuff. And I'm not expecting, I think neither me or your coaches are expecting you to be perfect in all of this. I don't think it's very realistic to say you should have a 4.5 GPA and get 9 hours of sleep a day and drink 3 gallons of water a day and eat 300 grams of protein per day. I think that's unrealistic. And I think if you guys just take a little bit of effort and put a little bit of emphasis on all 5 of the things that I shared with you in this video, that you guys will become a better athlete. And that's what we're all about here at CAB Training, is getting better every day. So if you guys liked this video, please hit the like button. And also, if you guys want to become better athletes, hit the subscribe button, because I have tons of videos for you relating to speed and agility, strength and fitness training, as well as motivation in the coming videos as well. So definitely stay on with me, hit the like button, subscribe, and as I always like to say, get better today.